how's it going? I am very excited to chat with you guys. We're talking about outlook for home services and the economy in 2025, and I have been diving deep on investor summaries and let's say like the outlook for Lowe's and different places like that. I'm looking into what investors are looking at, what they're excited about, really. So I'm going to go through my kind of high-level stuff here very quickly, and then I'll kind of dive in a little bit more. So the first thing I saw when I was looking at all this stuff is there is some mixture of thoughts, but the overall economic outlook, according to like investors, for instance, Silvercrest Asset Management Group, their 2025 economic outlook is that the U.S. economy is stabilizing, with growth expected to hover around 2 to 2.5% over the next 3 years, driven by steady labor force expansion and consumer resilience. Now, the longer term, when you look at the North American home services market, it's valued at $102 billion in 2024. It's projected to grow at 7.5%. And reaching 196.69 by 2034, according to expert market research. So that's like almost doubling over the next 10 years, which, you know, a long-term economic outlook is crazy good, which is like, you know, why we're looking at all this. Private equity funneling in, it's really looking at that 10-year crazy upward trajectory of doubling. The other really good stat here is professional confidence and anticipated growth. This is actually from House Call Pro. They said, according to the survey, 77% of home service professionals expect their business to grow in 2025, with 40% expecting to grow by more than 10%. So maybe the average home service professional is not like unrealistically optimistic, but they are optimistic. And that seems to be a fairly consistent thing. And I think I'm pretty happy that that's the case. Obviously, our business benefits from that. A few more stats here real quick. I think you guys will enjoy some of these. Like I'm bringing in the top high level stats. I'm going to make this fairly quick. I'm just going to give you as much as I've got. So there are challenges. Obviously, you got labor shortages and potential policy impacts. According to Market Watch, this is in a report on Lowe's stock. So this is something like, you know, corporate investors are looking at. They're looking at that potential labor shortages if there's a crackdown on immigration, because foreign workers account for about 33% of overall construction tradesmen, 33%, which is kind of crazy. And then another one, basically just this is home improvement trends. Simon Myers, the industry continues to face a shortage of skilled labor, a challenge expected to intensify with upcoming surge in remodeling projects. I like that word surge. I like where we're going with this. I like that there's a surge expected and lots of great stats in that direction. One other possible threat, tariff concerns. So on the campaign trail, the president-elect floated a new tariff of 60% or more on goods from China, as well as a blanket tariff of 10% or more on all imports into the United States. So this is from a report by Morningstar, a wild card, the tariffs being a wild card for the markets in 2025. So we'll see how much all of that actually gets done. And just another note on Market Watch on Lowe's. There's just a lot of information on Lowe's because there's not that many home services things in the stock market, but when there is, they get deeper reports. On Lowe's, Market Watch said the company maintains a neutral rating on the stock because of its exposure to the underperforming DIY segment. Hey, I actually don't hate that part. Underperforming. Do we want them all doing it themselves? I don't know. As well as tariff risk under President-elect Donald Trump with about 40% of its cost of goods sold that are imported. So if 40% of home service products are imported, is that going to affect things? What's up, Roof Fries? Thanks for saying what's up. Would love it if anyone watching, comment below, say what's up. What are your predictions for 2025 home services? Number 5, future projections and strategic considerations. The home services market is expected to grow at a CAGR of 7.2% between 2025 and 2034, driven by factors such as increasing disposable income and government initiatives for green buildings. The home services industry has proven its resilience in 2024, says House Call Pro, navigating economic uncertainty and inflation. I do think that that's interesting. Yes, home services felt like it was a little bit scary in 2024, but it still was doing pretty well, considering some other people got hit way worse. In my area, there's a lot of kind of layoffs and things like that in corporate companies, but home services is seems like a little bit less exposed. CAGR stands for compound annual growth rate. It means the average annual growth rate of an investment, market, or business over a specified period of time. So compound annual growth rate. A few additional insights here. Feel free to participate and I'll respond to your comments. If y'all enjoy this, please hit the thumbs up. The home services industry has showcased remarkable resilience through 2024, showing that even, I already said that one. Here's the next one. Additionally, the integration of artificial intelligence is transforming the sector. House Call Pro reports that 42% of professionals have adopted AI tools, enhancing efficiency and revenue growth. Looking ahead, 44% believe AI will continue to enhance roles in the trades rather than replace them, which I think is a pretty safe bet right now. Roof Rise says, what future can you see for marketing partners in contracting industry because of possible tariff or project 2025 policies? I don't want to go crazy into the 2025 thing. I think that that's probably basically a fringe initiative from what I can tell. But as far as tariffs go, marketing partners, the problem is when people can't get product or can't get labor, plainly, if they can't get labor or product, then their problem is not more leads. Their problem is how to get the work done. So as much as marketing can help people also with their recruiting, and as long as marketing can also help them make a more attractive company to attract better employees, because I do think marketing is part of that, then it's got to roll. But if, for instance, if tariffs created a dynamic where they couldn't get product, or if immigration policies created a squeeze on labor, then that would affect the ability to sell. So that's where I think it could potentially have some implications. So a couple more quick headlines. These are both on the thumbnail for this, but next year could be another big one for home renovations. Here's why. This is from Investopedia, is that homeowners have trillions of dollars of tappable equity in their homes, according to some estimates, which they could use to fund renovations. Home improvement spending rose at an annualized 8% in the first half of 2024, according to Goldman Sachs economists, who said in a recent report that rising home equity presents a tailwind for continued spending growth. All right. Homeowners who locked in ultra-low mortgage rates during the pandemic, I'm one of those, are unwilling to let them go for higher rates available now. Exactly. So people aren't going to move if they have this really great rate, and that means, well, they have to make some home improvements. High mortgage rates and home prices have kept many Americans in place, upgrading their homes instead of moving. Experts say that should continue in 2025. Okay, I can get into that. One more headline here. Investors Hangout.com says home services industry shows promising growth for 2025. They illustrate resilience and optimism with home service professionals. They're looking forward to growth opportunities in 2025. Can you feel that? I can feel that. I can feel that in the air with the home service professionals that I'm talking to. The survey revealed that a significant 77% of home service professionals are positive about expanding their business this year. All right, that's a stat that we started with, but I think it's a good one to end with. And I think that I would love your takes on this. Comment on this if you're watching later. And we're going to continue to do these home service trend spotting videos once a month or twice a month on our channel, just to get a temperature and to see what's surging or interesting in the industry. And I look forward to sharing these times with you. I'm personally very enthusiastic and positive about what's going to happen in this next year. And I think you guys should be too. I think it's going to be a great year for home services. What do you think? Comment below. All right, see you guys.
Smart contractors hire specialized team. Rank high on Google, hook better leads. Hookagency.com.
Hook better
Smart contractors